Most founders haven't got a time management issue. What they've got is actually an energy management issue. Reason why I say that is if I gave you more time, you'd fill it full of more shit. Because most people who are founders, entrepreneurs, looking to live life on the edge in some respects in the elite level space, they're looking to push their limits. And actually, if we filled your cup, if we gave you, if your current bandwidth you fills up here, but we got you back down to here, I guarantee you're just going to fill it full of more tat. The issue that you have is that right now you're associating time management literally just with the watch that's on your wrist. You're not associating your time management as energy management and where you're putting your energy. You're also trying to find balance. If you're an entrepreneur, there is no such thing. Balance is bullshit. Because you are your business is you. However much we talk around, we have to be more passive and we have to have like this identity of stepping away and we have to change hats and I'm a dad, like I have to be a dad at certain times. Let's be clear. My profession is extremely important to me on a personal basis, a professional basis, and on a status and impact basis. It's the same thing for you. If you own your own business, it's the same. So let's squash this time management issue and give you some understanding in relation to actually how to utilize your energy better. There's two key frameworks. There's two key pieces of this puzzle that I'd like you to understand. It's number one is, what does energy flux mean to you? If energy flux sounds like something out of a science lesson, it kind of is in some respect. But you may have heard of a morning lark, or a night owl. This is actually a measure of when you feel the most switched on. Again, all over LinkedIn, especially at the moment, people are banging on about flow states, which is very, very important. But actually knowing when you get into those flow states is probably more important than actually understanding the mechanisms and the science of it. For me personally, I'm a morning person. I can get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I can get my routine. I hit my first piece of work in the morning, which again, we'll talk about that in a second. I then periodize my day. I do all the hard stuff in the morning, the stuff that I have, which is less taxing to me, which for me personally is anything to do with strength and conditioning, because I've done it forever and it's part of what I do. Because then by the evening, I'm absolutely cooked. So my day looks like this. That there is with Rach. I actually go to jiu-jitsu on some nights or whatever. Vice versa, some people who I operate with are the exact opposite. They've got absolutely no gas in the morning. Try and get them up at 6 in the morning. They're literally like a bear with a sore head until 11, but yet they can go to bed at 1 a.m. That there, we can talk around optimization of sleep patterns and all that other kind of stuff. But for the sake of this, if you're wanting to operate in the evening, that's okay. So if we look at this from a day standpoint, I'm going to use pink for them and green for them. A day standpoint. If we're looking at this from a task management and how to actually make things work better standpoint, in the morning here is where you have the most amount of gas. This is capacity, and this is your capacity for work. The hardest things that you do. For me, it's stuff that's creative I need to do in the morning. It's when I have my best ideas. It's when I have the most amount of energy to think. It's also the bit where I can actually think about the principles underneath it to deliver it in a way that I feel is adequate for inside my program and beyond. Vice versa. As I get to the back of the day, that's where these should be the easier pieces of my diary, the stuff that happens. Now, to be clear, if you're a CEO or an executive or somebody who's in this space, one thing that if you have not got in your diary, which again is a totally different video, which I'll link the next video to that underneath this, it's actually, where do you train? Where's the optimal time for you to train? If you're a boss, you own your diary. Don't say that you don't own your diary, because we both know that's bollocks. And that's if you say to me you don't own your diary, then you're not the boss in that respect. Why I say that? We're not talking about crisis or chaos moments here. We're talking about general. If you're a CEO, you can say to your VA or your PA or whoever that I train at this time. All my meetings need to go around it. And unless it's crisis doesn't count. When it's like that, when it's red zone, it's red zone. But for me, the best time for me to train is around between 11 and 2 or first thing in the morning. Okay? If I train then, it's most effective. Again, while shooting this video, I've got to train this evening. I hate training in the evening. Sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. But we're looking for perfect and optimal here, okay? If you are a night owl, actually, your morning needs to be the opposite. Because your sort of brain capacity is down here. This is the easy stuff, whether it's admin or things that you find easy. And this is where you have your creative stuff, or the things that are actually going to be challenging. Now, for someone who is a night out, again, same thing. Personally, probably the time for you to train is about lunchtime. You can train in the evening because that is going to keep you awake from a sympathetic drive standpoint. Again, you just got to know what works for you. There is no such thing as anyone that's looking for optimal in all of this. It's optimal in your circumstance, not optimal in my circumstance or what Instagram says or what any other social media platform is. Actually, now that's what happens. Now, when it comes down to energy management, something that I want you to learn and to think about this, and this is again something that many CEOs, executives, founders, whatever, get wrong, is they don't understand the foundations of their pyramid. This is body. If your body is not in nick, if you have not got your health in check, if you are out of shape and think you can lead people with conviction, I guarantee you can't. It's like trying to drive a Formula One car with diesel in it. It does not work. 2, we look at mind. How are you? Yeah, that's self-awareness, then self-management, yeah? This is actually your emotions, and that is your decision making. Most people, especially when they look at energy management or when they're looking at or time management, they think this. They only think what's going on upstairs, and that's why they're struggling. Where actually, usually, most of the time is they haven't got their body in a place for them to actually be effective and have energy. And hence why, inside my program, this isn't a mental performance program. This is not a training program. This is not a business mentorship. This is a whole performance system that is an operating system for business leaders, CEOs, executives, and elite level performers who want to actually be able to understand how to regulate all of these to have better decision making in times that matter. That's how I operate. But it all stems from taking away this, I need to have more time in my day, to actually you need to be more effective. You need to review and plan better. And you actually have to, that means from your energy standpoint and your output standpoint. And lastly, it's understanding when and where your body needs to be serviced to make sure that you're operating at the highest frequency. If you've been struggling with your time management or energy management and you'd like a free training that I write around this, we call it energy cultivation. DM the word energy. I'll send you a free training, which will actually give you an energy audit of how to do this. Vice versa, if you're now looking at this video and you're going, now what the hell do I do with all of this? We've got a test. It's 2 minutes long. Literally, you plug in your answers and it will show you where the bottlenecks are with your current performance, not just from a time management standpoint, but how you operate from mind, body, and within your business. DM the word test or look underneath this video. There'll be a link there. I appreciate you watching this. If you know anybody who you know this would be helpful for, or vice versa, if you found it helpful, please DM me in the comments. Send me a shout out on LinkedIn or Instagram. I'd like to get to know you, and I'll catch you soon.